Kafka partition. So we are going to discuss about partition in the context of sending messages, and we will cover custom logic in partitioning. When the sending message to a Kafka topic, we can choose whether or not to specify the key. If you don't specify the key, it's set to null. Kafka default mechanism take our assigned partition. The default partition direct message to one of the available partition. It is called a round robin fashion. If the key is specified when you are sending the message from the producer but partition class is not, then the default partition is activated. It will generate hash key using the on algorithm that has never changed the future in the Java upgrade. So hash means the same value input you give, it will give always the same hash value. Message with the same key always in the same hash to be delivered in the same partition. Reader may wonder what happened if partition is down, can't be written at that time message is sent. Usually partition have replica that can receive message for a processing when another replica is rendered out of service. However, adding a more partition to an existing does not guarantee that new message will be given to key will land to the same partition as before. Generally, new partition shouldn't be added to the topic if partition key is important. Next part is custom logic partitioning. So Kafka also its user ability to specify their own custom logic for partitioning should take place. User can specify property partition class when the creating the producer object similar to how key and value serialized property are specified. There are many possible reasons to have a custom partition. Most notable which is balance and across the partition. For instance, say use a custom home country as a message key. 30% customer come from USA alone. The partition with US customer will be our branch as it will receive the message for US customer as well as message from customer from other countries whose hash key as the same partition. To such a situation, we can write a custom partition that direct to US data in a particular position. This custom partition class must be implemented in interface of org.apache.kafka.client.producer.partition. So this is the example for custom partition. So I have implemented custom partition, and then this has a key and value config map class. Then partition is topic, and then pass the value topics and key, the byte and values, and then list and the byte key is null or instance of string, and then the message is missing key is string equal to USA. Then we new partition. If not USA, then we maths.apps.utl, so we use some other method to generate. Okay, so next part is partition rebalance. So this is also very important part. So this lesson we explain the process of partition rebalance, which occur when the consumer leaves the consumer groups and new partition are added. Membership consume the consumer groups and coordinated by the design Kafka broker referred as a group coordinator. It receives heartbeat from consumer to confirm that they are alive and healthy. When the group coordinator does not hear from the consumer for a configuration period of time, it's assumed the particular consumer has been crashed and triggered a partition rebalance. Latest version of Kafka has dedicated heartbeat threads and send heartbeat to group of coordinator periodically. A partition rebalance assigned to partition that is dead consumer was adding to the remaining healthy consumer and consumer group. The process of changing ownership particular from one consumer to another belonging to same consumer group known as a partition rebalance. Rebalance can also happen when the partition are added to topic. Rebalance provide high availability and scalability, but under the normal circumstances generally undesirable. While rebalance is processed, partitions are unable to consumer to read. When the consumer is gracefully leave the consumer group, it informs the coordinator its intention to close all call. The group coordinator does not have a way to detect that consumer has left and can initiate rebalance immediately. Another side effect is rebalance is that consumer may have to invalidate their crash and any maintenance states they will. Assignment of partition consumer during the rebalance is done by the consumer designed as a group leader. Consumers join consumer group by making join group request coordinator. The first one do also sets as a consumer leaders. Consumer leader receives the list of other healthy consumer within the consumer groups. From group of coordinate makes the partition assignment. These assignment are set to group coordinator, which turn distribute assignment to consumer. Each consumer can only see the own assignment and do those other consumer groups. The consumer leaders are only client process, which is list of assignment for all the consumer within group. The partition assignment logic decided by implemented class and partition interface. So below is the example. Rebalancer. The customer is up. Consumer group 1, consumer 2, consumer group is 2. This is, consumer 1 and 2, they are in rely in one groups, and they are reading partition 1 and consumer 2 reading partition 2 and 3. Similarly, here consumer 1 is not up, but consumer 2 is up. Consumer 1 is goes down. Only one consumer up. Both consumer up. So all partition get assigned to only remaining consumer when the consumer 1 goes out of service. So this is what we discuss. So thank you for watching this. I know this is very theoretical process, and next lecture we are going for practical. So please subscribe my channel. It's a pre-learning for Kafka.